I am at Jardin de Parfums in Perfumery and Co. Dubai Mall, and I am with Noor.
Hi! Thank you so much for coming and discovering our garden today. We're so glad that you were able to come, and I hope that you enjoyed learning more about Jardin de Parfums.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for the beautiful stories behind the fragrances. I enjoyed learning so much, and I hope you guys liked the video as well. Noor,
yes?
Tell me about Jardin de Parfums. Where was it founded, and what's the concept?
Sure. So Jardin de Parfums is a Italian-based brand. The name is French, Jardin de Parfums, the Garden of Perfumes,
yes.
because we were inspired by the look and the feel and really the experience that the Versailles Gardens give you.
Right.
The Versailles Gardens is a beautiful garden with beautiful paths, calming scents, birds, beautiful flowers. We wanted to bring that pristine environment into what we know as the retail environment. Mm-hmm. When I say it's a Italian brand as well, is because everything that we do is produced in Italy. So Jardin de Parfums, being the French name, is paying homage to fragrance making. As we know, the idea of fragrance as we know it today started in Grasse and the south of France. We want to pay homage to that. But the Italians, we feel, have a beautiful eye for beauty.
Yeah.
They love color, they love the pops, very trendy, floral, and that's what we want to infuse in the brand.
Okay.
So the name is French, but it's actually all produced and made in Italy. Jardin de Parfums comprises of 3 different collections.
Yes.
So we can start right here. This is the Papaverum collection. The Papaverum collection is inspired by the poppy flower. And Papaverum is actually the Latin term for the poppy flower seed.
I see.
Then we have the Unique collection, which is our more oriental collection, inspired by the Gardens of Babylon.
Okay.
And then our 3rd collection on the other side is the White Essentials collection.
Okay.
And we'll move over here so you can take a look. So the White Essentials is called the White Essentials because there's a white flower that runs through as an ingredient.
Okay.
Overall, we have 26 references, 26 fragrances in the entire brand.
Nice.
And I'd like to take you through collection by collection,
yes,
so we
please.
can, feel the OCD is coming out a little bit. The reason that we chose the poppy flowers, I'm sure you've seen some people wearing the red poppy on their lapel. That represents those people that passed away in the war, right?
Yes.
It's for remembrance. In the US, specifically in California, the poppy flower grows in a bright orange and it represents peace and freedom. When we go to more Asian countries, people yellow flowers to say, I hope that you get well soon.
Oh,
so the poppy flower is recognized globally, but it has a different cultural meaning. So this is why this collection, we see that the bottles are transparent, but the juice, which is actually the liquid of the fragrance, is colored because we're infusing those cultures and that idea of that emotional connection. It's called a super bloom. So people will come from all over the world to witness this because that will only last a few months.
I see.
And some of the wildflowers that grow are poppy flowers. So this collection is created to be worn throughout the day. So you have Blue Vibe with the rising of the sun. So at dawn, you'll wear that. It's marine, it's a little bit ambery, it's very fresh. Then in the middle of the day when the sun is right above your head, it's very hot. You just want a cocktail, you want to sit down, cool down. So this is a beautiful blend of Tutti Frutti, so all the fruits, a lot of the red fruits, almost every red fruit is in here with a touch of sweetness and vanilla. And then to end the day, when the sun starts to set, you start to see the cotton candy clouds.
Yes. The purple sky.
The purple sky with the golden hour of the juice that's in here. And this is a very citrus heavy fragrance. Now, the way that we use oud is a very, I like to say, European style of using it. It's called La Rouge. La Rouge is a very sensual, very elegant fragrance. And the concept behind this fragrance is golden age Hollywood, so 1950s. I want you to imagine yourself on a red carpet next to Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, Frank Sinatra, bow ties, beautiful pearls, red lips, and those cameras that are flashing with that bulb that just is that crisp, crackling sound. And
that's
so this is what it represents.
Glamour was at its highest.
At its highest peak. So we've got La Rouge here. This is called the White Essentials collection. And it's called the White Essentials because there's an essential flower that we use as a through point in all of the fragrances, and that is the white flower, so the White Essentials. Here we have our White Essentials collection, and we have something called the Scent Stories collection, which is a part of the White Essentials. The White Essentials is very sophisticated. It's a modern twist on the classic. So we think of the classic fragrances, Shalimar, Chanel No. 5, how they made you feel, that emphasis, that power that it gives. That's what we're trying to give here. So you'll find a lot of florals, a lot of powdery notes, beautiful homage to the classics.
Very interesting. It has sage and eucalyptus, and it is fresh, but at the same time, what I feel with this scent is that it's very well rounded as well. So it has a creamy facet. I don't know where that's coming from, but it is so beautiful. It takes you on a journey, literally, voyage.
This is called the Scent Stories. And the reason this is called the Scent Stories is because we focus on the story in how we build the olfactory pyramid, or how we design the bottle, or what the mood about that is, right? So what I want to show you is Elixir. Elixir Intense is a beautiful fragrance where we talk about the power of 3. So this is the number 3. And here you'll find that it's a beautiful top note of citrus. So you'll find mandarin. And then the heart is a floral jasmine. And the base is this musky, this white musk, by a opera singer, an Arab opera singer called Oum Kalthoum. So Oum Kalthoum was an Egyptian artist who passed away many moons ago, but her music is still listened to this day, and it's still studied. So you have Quincy Jones, who will study her music and try and emphasize certain notes that she played. You have Andrea Bocelli will study her music and study her vibrato and her sound to try and emulate that. So she's known all over the world, even though she's an Arab artist. But she played and she sold out theaters and operas in London and in Italy and France. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to pay homage to her by giving her a classic oriental feel of a fragrance, but with a bright modern touch. Square scarf and a rectangular scarf. So the same colors, that same sort of pop of modernity that is brought into her essence. Our more oriental collection, and this collection is inspired by the Gardens of Babylon. So we want to take you back to the times of Aladdin, 1001 Nights, where you're on a magic carpet, a flying carpet, maybe you've got some magic lamps around, and you find this beautiful chest of gold that you open up, and inside you'll find gold and beautiful jewels. And so here you've got all of the jewels that represented in that
The
chest.
bottles are jewel-toned as well.
Yes. So you have, for example, emerald and silver flame. You have sapphire in shade of love, some citrine in mellow yellow. So this is about the culture of the Arab world and not necessarily those typical ingredients that we always smell or we always associate. So it's not about the ouds, it's about the gourmand flavors. So we use a lot of cardamom, cinnamon, saffron, pepper, flavors and things that you would find in the Arab world, and that's how we orient. We orient this. So we're going to be layering Shade of Love with White Oud. Shade of Love is that traditional woody with a bit of that freshness from the cardamom, with a sweet, citrusy fruitiness that comes from the White Oud. So we're going to start with our base, since this will be the heavier one, of Shade of Love, which gives you that woodiness. And then here, the White Oud. So here, the White Oud and the pineapple and the White Oud will balance out the intensity of the Shade of Love. All right, so here we're gonna look at 2 fragrances within the White Essentials collection. We're going to start off with Voyage, and the reason why we're layering Voyage and Oum is because they both have the ingredient of sage. So this is when we're talking about that harmonizing effect. You can really get that intensity of the sage. We'll start with Voyage, which is a beautiful, fresh, as we said, this has sage, eucalyptus, beautiful freshness to it. And then we have the more oriental Oum, right? We're gonna try these. Here you go.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Beautiful,
So here,
beautiful.
that freshness has brightened up that oriental feel.
That's
the
true.
Oum already is a modern oriental fragrance, but here you have now a bit of that freshness, that eucalyptus,
Because of
that
the
sage.
eucalyptus, yes, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Today I am with Noor, who has very kindly taken me on this beautiful journey discovering the beautiful brand.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
We're so happy that you got to come
Thank
and
you.
enjoy and discover.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much. Look at this beautiful packaging. I love it. Is this real flowers?